just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Let the darkness take control. Let the darkness take control. Darkness take control. May the darkness take control. Take me in the smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness take control. Darkness take control. My heart rages around like an ocean in my head, because there are so many things that I left unsaid. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams. My heart rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find Changes around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams.
Hello, my name is Kain. Welcome. I'm going to be doing a couple of things tonight. One of them is an unreleased Sega Dreamcast game known as Jekyll and Hyde. It is apparently it's a PC game, and it was to be ported to the PC, and it never came to fruition, but it was later discovered that it was in the process of. So that's what I'm going to show you. And we're going to play a little bit of it. And aside from that, if there's enough time, or if I decide I'm done with Jekyll and Hyde in about an hour, I'll do a little bit of Constantine on the PC. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with giving you a little bit of background of Jekyll and Hyde, and then I'll play it. So, Jekyll and Hyde. So the game takes place shortly after Stevenson's book. The story of Jekyll and Hyde, like almost all stories of that time, is particularly dark. It is about monsters, killers, misery, and extreme poverty. It has nothing to do with the original novel. Dr. Henry Jekyll had made the irreversible decision to end his research efforts to separate good and evil. His past scientific experiments had brought out his dark and evil side, and he was transformed into the hideous creature known as Hyde. And here's some of the screenshots here. I don't know if I can cycle through these, maybe not. But there's Hyde there. And also, this is developed by In Utero, which is the same company that did Evil Twin, Cyprian's Chronicles, which was a European release, I believe, on the Dreamcast, but not in the United States. I do believe it later released on the GameCube, but I'm not quite sure on that. I have to check my facts. Anyhow, to continue, since the death of his wife, he was left with only his daughter, Laurie. There's Laurie, to whom he would have given everything, even his own life. The philanthropist's life was about to be turned upside down by the kidnapping of his beloved child by one of the patients of his psychiatric hospital. So he's a psychiatrist working in a psychiatric hospital. In the autumn of 1880, mad with anger, he had no choice but to become again the person he hated. In order to save Laurie, he had to let the beast inside him out again, the terrible Hyde, while scouring the darkest corners of an already gloomy London. As for the scenario, the player can appreciate the big plot, the presence of a secret society, its grimoire full of secrets, and its initiates who do nothing less than manipulate Dr. Jekyll. There are quite a few surprises. The evolution of the game's story is revealed through numerous cutscenes, but also through a notebook that Jekyll fills in as he progresses. The music is disturbing. The screams that can be heard in the distance are scary. The atmosphere of a B-horror movie is very successful, with a very particular style adopted for the graphics, giving an incredible charisma to the Doctor and his double. Jekyll and Hyde is a third-person action game, where the player evolves his character in a real 3D environment. Each of the characters, Jekyll and Hyde, that the player can play as, have unique abilities. You have to juggle between the two protagonists to advance in the adventure. For example, transformed into Hyde, the hero becomes more powerful in hand-to-hand combat, while Dr. Jekyll has limited physical strength, is less good in combat, does not make very long jumps, but he can solve countless puzzles. Will you be able to tame the demon inside you? And we'll look at a couple of more tidbits of game art. Some of the characters. There's Dr. Jekyll. All right, let's go ahead and boot it up. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday night. All right, so here's Jekyll and Hyde, the untold story. In Utero, that's the game publisher, or game developer, rather, I should say. Publisher is Sega. Oh, look at that. It even has the VMU. Well, not really. It just has the game company and the year that it was to be published. Work in progress, it says. All right, let's go ahead and give it a go. I have 2 discs, by the way. One of them is September 2000. The other one is December 2000. So, a couple of unreleased works here. Alright, so we're playing as Hyde. And I just died. Better be careful there about the ledge. Oh, now we're playing as Jekyll. Doesn't seem that there's any sound, I guess. It looks like it might just cycle through zones. So here's Hyde. But it doesn't seem that there's any sound. I wonder why. So it looks like we're at a harbor here. I wonder if there's an options menu or something. And yeah, by the way, the game art for this one, it determined that TNN, Hardcore Heat, is the appropriate game art, is what it determined, which is not. Let me try that again. But I guess there isn't any sound, maybe. That's on this disc. There could be sound on the other disc. Okay, well, it said Flycast has stopped, but it hasn't, so let me try that again. Love it when I get off to a start and have multiple problems right away. It is a work in progress, so you start as Hyde. So doesn't look like there's any sound, at least for this disc. And I don't think I can switch my camera. So he can do... Oh! Changed into Hyde. Or I mean, back into Dr. Jekyll. So that's cool. That's the transformation. You just press up, and he kind of hunkers down and transforms between the two. So Hyde is the one with the power, and Jekyll is the one that can solve puzzles and things. I keep falling there. I want to see what this area is about. But when you die, it looks like it just loads another piece of the level. Very odd. So this one again is Jekyll. Okay, so I guess I opened that door by hitting it with my wand. Or Kain, I guess. Walking stick. Yeah, let me turn into Hyde. There we go. Okay, it doesn't seem that that enemy is responsive to damage. Could just be like a placeholder enemy. That's an enemy that they were going to work on, maybe. Again, no sound, but the second disc, maybe there's sound on that one. So I'm not quite sure what type of enemies or what enemy that's supposed to be. It seems that they're more or less just kind of placeholders. It's a little bit clunky with the control, too, I have to say. So pressing up, or I think it was up, would transform, but maybe you have a limited amount of times that you could transform, I guess. And it's loading into the next level, so I'm not quite sure why it does that. Quite glitchy textures as well. Oh, I think it's Y, actually, that... yeah, it's Y that transforms. I don't know, because I think that the first time I did it, it was up, but... it seems like it's Y, at least it is here. Okay. So that's Hyde. And you transform... Oh, I like how it grows his hair out as he's transforming. Yeah, a little bit disorienting, I have to say, leading to things like that. The camera's all over the place. Okay, so I guess there's only 2 levels on that, which is a little bit odd, but I mean, it is a work in progress. I think that the page that I was reading earlier will explain to you what's on each disc. So not very much to do here. So let me see if I can figure out, I mean, he's jumping across the beam. See, what I want to do is I want to change my camera around, but it doesn't look like you can do that. And so this is what happens. But I guess you just have to make your way across the beams and then make your way down. But I'm not quite sure what's down in this area, because I can't get down there. And it also seems like it just cycles through these available levels here. Which I think there are 3. Okay, let me... I guess it is Y that changes into the... changes... There we go. Changes between the forms. So there's a good view of Hyde. Traditional depiction, I guess you could say. And there's Dr. Jekyll. I really like the depiction of Hyde and Dr. Jekyll in the movie The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I particularly like Hyde in that movie. So it seems that the camera, it doesn't look like you can control it. I think it kind of moves, follows as you move throughout the environment. It's a little bit discombobulated here. And I've noticed this as well, repetitive, uh, what is it? Uh, Animations. Okay, so yeah, see, I don't like this camera. I would really like to, maneuver it on my own, but it doesn't seem that there's too much really on this, what is it, a port, I guess you could say? There's someone with a crossbow. Well, it doesn't look like he's going to shoot, he's just holding it. So maybe that's why it has the view like this, so that you as the player can see the person with the crossbow aiming at you. Looks like a crossbow. Maybe it's a sniper rifle. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to see. Hard to see, hard to say. But looks like this marine vessel is Spirit of Law. Maybe it's uh, a barge of some sort. So you just get to the end here. Doesn't look like you can do anything. And that's this. So, and that enemy up there is just gonna point at you. Oh, maybe you can get up there. I don't know. Yeah, maybe not. So quite disorienting, I would have to say. I'd like to turn the view around, but it doesn't look like I can. But anyways, there's the enemy up there. It looks like it's the same type of enemy that I've seen previously. And then the cargo bay, and then I just fell into the water again. That's okay, because it's going to load into the third available level here. Well, maybe not. So what is that? Is that 3 levels? Yes, I think so. So I'll try it one more time. So the first level is you're in some type of a warehouse or something? I'm not quite sure. So you have to make your way across these beams. And so when I try to jump over to the other beam, he does grab on, but then he immediately falls. And Hyde can jump higher and longer jumps. So he's the one you want to use for the jumps, but see, I'd like to see what's down there. I don't know. My guess is it's some type of a warehouse or something. I'm not quite sure. So, I don't know. That's the best I can do. I'm trying to hold on so that he doesn't fall, but he falls inevitably. So, and man, the frame rate really dips on this particular level. It looks like Dr. Jekyll is quite a bit faster as well. Maybe that's just me. So this is obviously some type of a manufacturing plant of some sort. So you have your steam jets and whatnot. What's down here? Just the lower level. Man, it's very disorienting, I have to say. So maybe perhaps some type of a puzzle. Looks like you have different valves here that maybe you can operate. Maybe not. Oh, yes, you can, maybe. I don't know. It looked like the valve turned there. Maybe I'm mistaken. Yeah, how the textures like warp in like that. That's so odd. It's very discombobulating. Okay, so let me go ahead and check out the other disc. Maybe that one has sound to it. Or maybe it will not load at all. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Hey, we have a main menu. So this is a lot more refined, it looks like. Still no sound. We have a health bar. So it looks like we're in a lecture hall. And is that a human on the table? Looks like it. Not sure what language that is. French, maybe? I don't know. Oh, so there's your first-person view. Y. And then you can use the joystick to move your view around. So in the other game, pressing Y would switch your forms. Here, you have your first-person view. So yeah, so it looks like we're in a lecture hall. And there's a patient, what is it, a gallery? I forget the proper name, a theater, operating theater. I think is what it is, like a 1800s operating theater. So I'm trying to navigate the main menu. Oh, it looks like you use the analog stick. So charger, sauveur. So I don't know what language this is. My guess is French, but I want to say French. So sauveur, I'm sure I'm butchering that pronunciation. I'm assuming is save. I don't know what charger is. Charger? Carnet de Jekyll? Retour à jeu? Yeah, I think this is French. À jeu? Like à jeu. I'm sure this is completely wrong, but not the same thing as what I mean. But like au jus juice, you know, like the meat broth that you dip a roast beef sandwich in, like from Arby's. But it seems to me as though this might be a French language. I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead and take a little bit more of a gander here. About 29 minutes left on this allocation of time, and I do think that I will do some Constantine for about an hour after this. So I know that this is a little bit unorthodox. I don't know whether I should. Yeah. I don't know. Hello, hello. I just feel like sometimes I talk a little bit too loud. Anyhow, what I was going to say is I know that this is a little bit unorthodox when it comes to like a YouTube video. But this is essentially a stream, and then I just upload it to YouTube. But I kind of try to make it in the format of like a YouTube video. But ideally, you know, I would have a better plan in place and kind of like a what do you call it? Kind of like a what's the word? What is the word? an itinerary. I don't know if that's the correct word I'm thinking of, but... Okay, so why... Oh, crap. Okay, so it doesn't look like this guy will come all the way up the stairs. And how do I switch forms? Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool. So this is your inventory. And your inventory, as you can see here, it's his jacket. And he has a potion. And I think I might have taken the potion. No, I didn't. So I'm trying to figure out how to switch over to Hyde. Maybe you can't on this level? Because I don't know what good he's going to be down here. Anyways, I'll try it. So it seems like this is just, like I said, an operating theater. Crap! I wasn't expecting him to come up the stairs. So, oui, that's yes, isn't it? This is French. Oui is French. So, oui means yes. Non means no, so oui. Yeah, the camera is pretty crap, I have to say. I'd really like to be able to center it, you know, like Legend of Zelda, a great camera system. So here's some person. I don't know if that's a human or what. It looks like it might be a human. They're being operated on, I guess. Some type of medical procedure, maybe, it looks like, based on the board there. Doesn't look like I can get through that door. And these enemies just lay waste to you. You can't even really do anything once they get onto you. And so I think that this might be the only level that there is with this disc. Because it doesn't look like you can go into any of the doors or anything here. Go through the doors, enter another area. And it's not like the first disc where we just load into the next level. But kind of dark, gloomy setting. It is quite similar to Cyprian's Chronicles Evil Twin. I'll have to do that one, that game, maybe. Maybe I'll do that next Friday. Next Friday is the 27th, and I will not be streaming again. Like, I will not be doing a Halloween stream. I only do Fridays, so my last day to stream this month will be... Yeah, once they get a hand on you, you can't even move. Will be Friday the 27th. So I think what I'll do is maybe do Evil Twin then. Actually, no. Well, I could do it as part of the gaming, but I'm planning to get together with a friend of mine to do a podcast, actually. Who's going to have him on the podcast. Okay, so that's about, let's say no. Charger doesn't do anything. Save, it doesn't look like it can do anything. Okay, what's this? Oh, it just loads into the level. So yeah, that's all this disc is. So very little to do. Well, I was hoping there'd be a little bit more, but I guess there isn't. So, I've got about 22 minutes left on this time block. What can I do to fill it in real quick? How about a little bit of Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver? And then I'll do Constantine, an hour of Constantine. So I wish there were more to the work in progress with Jekyll and Hyde, but you saw it. Not too much. And it's very wanky janky. Okay, so Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. This is the first Legacy of Kain game I played. And I haven't played this game in so long, so why not do a new game? Well, I only got about 20 minutes on this time block, and then I'm going to do Constantine for an hour, but hey, 20 minutes, we can get a little bit of it. Why not?
Kain is deified. The clans tell tales of him. Few know the truth. He was mortal once, as were we all. However, his contempt for humanity drove him to create me and my brethren. I am Raziel, firstborn of his lieutenants. I stood with Kain and my brethren at the dawn of the Empire. I have served him a millennium. Over time, we became less human and more divine. Kain would enter the state of change and emerge with a new gift. Some years after the Master, our evolution would follow. Until I had the honor of surpassing my lord. For my transgression, I earned a new kind of reward. Agony. There was only one possible outcome. Eternal damnation. I, Raziel, was to suffer the fate of traitors and weaklings, to burn forever in the bowels of the Lake of the Dead. Cast him in. Tumbling, burning with white-hot fire, I plunged into the depths of the abyss. Unspeakable pain, relentless agony. Time ceased to exist. Only this torture and a deepening hatred of the hypocrisy that damned me to this hell. An eternity passed, and my torment receded, bringing me back from the precipice of madness. The descent had destroyed me, and yet I lived.
Raziel, you are worthy.
So I really like Legacy of Kain on the original Xbox.
I know you, Raziel. You are worthy.
What madness is this? What pitiful form is this that I have come to inhabit? Death would be a release next to this travesty.
You did not survive.
So I think I have these
Raziel.
black
only
bordering bars
spared
because
you
I have it
to
set on
learn
widescreen
solution.
and it's not designed for widescreen.
I would choose oblivion over this existence.
The choice is not yours.
I am destroyed.
You are reborn. The birth of one of Kain's abominations traps the essence of life. It is this soul that animates the corpse you lived in. And that, Raziel, is the demise of Nosgoth. There is no balance. The souls of the dead remain trapped. I cannot spin them in the wheel of fate. They cannot complete their destinies. Redeem yourself.
Redeem yourself.
Or if you prefer, avenge yourself. Settle your dispute with Kain. Destroy him and your brethren. Free their souls and let the wheel of fate churn again. Use your hatred to reave their souls. I can make it possible. Become my soul reaver, my angel of death.
So I really like how the health symbol is like a Dreamcast symbol. And so we're in the nether realm, the esoteric realm of the spirits.
These gates twist space, laying a path across great spans.
Yeah, so it seems that some games don't really mind the white screen, but this is one that does. That's why there are the bordering bars there.
You must visit other gates before this portal will be open to you.
Not a huge deal, but... like, for instance, Dead or Alive 2 it doesn't mind the the white screen at all, so there aren't any bordering bars. But this one's meant to be on full screen, so...
You are changed. Your bloodthirst is replaced by a deeper need. You have become a devourer of souls. To sustain your strength, you must hunt the lost spirits of the underworld and consume the souls of your enemies.
Hold B to feed. Alright, full up on health. Esoteric health. Oh, okay, be a little bit careful there. L8, a high jump, there you go. So, what about you? Do you like vampires? I've always liked vampires. Jump, then hold A to glide.
What scabrous wretches are these?
Sure, the scavengers of the underworld. Their feral hunger has claimed countless souls, spirits who now shall never find their rest.
So they eat the souls just like the Soul Reaver. And I just ate their soul. His soul, or hers. Alrighty.
These portals are your conduit between the spectral and material realms. With their aid, you may gather matter and will yourself to become manifest in the physical world.
Right. That's what I like about this
This
game.
is taxing, however. Your strength must first be fully restored. You require no conduit to return to this plane. You may abandon your physical body at any time.
So he can switch in between the reality, objective world and the esoteric world. Spiritual and non-spiritual. Non-spiritual, he can come here anytime he wants. But spiritual, you have to have your health filled up. And you have to have an area portal.
Sustain your
So here he is
strength
in
to
the
prolong your manifestation
non-spiritual
in the
world.
physical world. If you fail to feed or absorb too many wounds, this fragile matter will dissolve.
And so you can see that the health bar changes. It looks more like a Dreamcast symbol now.
You are young yet, Raziel. You still retain many of your vampiric weaknesses. Immersion in water, while not fatal, will dissolve your physical body, forcing your return to the spirit world. Be aware that in the spectral realm, water
Spectral
has neither
realm.
heft nor lift. It stands as thin as air.
Oh man, and I fall right into it. So yes, now we're back in the esoteric realm. Spiritual realm. You can see what he was talking about. It's as thin as air. It's because water in this realm doesn't exist as it does in the non-spiritual realm. It has heft and weight. It's kind of like another dimension, really. Third and fourth dimension. There we go, I got over there.
What are these creatures?
You do not recognize them? They are the children of your brother, Duma.
That's impossible. These foul, scuttling beasts could not be kin of our high blood?
Do you suppose that time stood still for you, Raziel? Much has changed since you passed from the world of men.
I knew my
Alrighty.
opponent's weaknesses, having suffered them myself. Physical wounds are fleeting. Vampire's immortal flesh begins to close as soon as it is cleaved. Vampires need only fear those wounds that impale or inflame. Water
Yeah,
scorches
so it
like
seems
acid,
like for this game,
and fledglings
you don't
are
really want to
devastated
run it in
by
widescreen
sunlight's
unless...
touch.
I mean, it's cool because you can
I
see
have to modify
it's
my
widescreen,
tactics to
but
suit my foes.
those black bordering bars are kind of off-putting. So, what you want to do is impale them or get them in here into the sunlight. So, we'll just bring him up here into the sunlight. There we go.
Parted from the flesh, a creature's soul fades swiftly into the spectral realm. Draw it in quickly, Raziel, or you will be compelled to follow.
Okay, and him, I'm gonna try to get him on the spike. There we go. Okay.
Your physical prowess surpasses what you knew in
Freeware,
life.
what's up?
Even
Tony
massive
Dre, yeah.
obstacles can be
Is that
moved
the narrator here? I'm guessing that's the narrator. Oh, the Elder God, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Now that you have mentioned it, that is the same person that was speaking earlier. Move it over just a tad more. So, this is not the Unreleased Dreamcast game, by the way. I did that earlier, and wasn't very much to it, so... because it was a work in progress. So what I did is I switched over to Soul Reaver to finish this time block out. I'm gonna do Constantine PC after this for an hour.
My God! The sanctuary of the clans reduced to ruin. Beyond these walls lay the pillars of Nosgoth, the seat of Kain's empire. How humble it now appeared, collapsing into the dust of its former magnificence. And yet, I had only just emerged. In the instant between my execution and resurrection, centuries had apparently passed.
This world is wrecked with cataclysms. The earth strains to shrug off the pestilence of Kain's parasitic empire. The fate of this world was preordained in an instant by a solitary man. Unwilling to martyr himself to restore Nosgoth's balance, Kain condemned the world to the decay you see. In that moment, the unraveling began. Now it is nearly played out. Nosgoth teeters on the brink of collapse. Its fragile balance cannot hold.
He does have a pretty awesome narration, I have to say. Some people just have that. They just have that voice, you know. So I think you can also get a weapon. Let me grab a weapon. So, yeah, this is the first time that I played Soul Reaver. First time, not tonight, but... Oh, you can sneak. I messed that up. I'm still in the tutorial level. Started a new game. But the first time I was introduced to this series is on the Dreamcast. I later played it on... well, I played a different game on the original Xbox. It was Legacy of Kain. Which I really, really liked. I think I like Legacy of Kain better than I do this game, Soul Reaver. I really like Kain. I mean, Raziel is pretty awesome, but I really like Kain. I forget how these doorways work. So yeah, so the widescreen is fine here. But like when there's a cutscene, an in-game cutscene or a rendered cutscene, it has the little black bars down there. But yeah, this is Soul Reaver, and gotta keep it at that 2 hours, so I've got another hour left, and I'm planning. I was gonna do some Constantine on the PC for the other hour here. But I did the Jekyll and Hyde earlier, but it wasn't but maybe like a few levels each. There they are, by the way, and it says TNN Hardcore Heat, so it has the wrong game art. Same thing with Agartha. It has the wrong game art. I don't know the process it uses to get game art, but you can change these manually. So, but I am going to switch over to the Constantine. So I'm not sure. I guess I didn't save my file on Soul Reaver. Maybe I had to manually save, I guess. Because I think that save there is, if it's not Agartha, it could be 7 mansions. I think it's 7 mansions. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put Constantine on. I've got another hour left. So let me go ahead and get that going. Also, I don't know if the controller works in this game. I can't remember. I have no idea. I think it might be keyboard only. I can't remember. So if it is keyboard only, I guess I'll have to get ready to use my keyboard here. Alright. Constantine. Well, I'm not quite sure why it hasn't popped up here. Oh, okay. It said 7 Hikon, so it's 7 mansions. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not sure why this isn't showing. It's showing over on my screen here, but I don't see why it's not pulling up on the display. Try to figure this out. Yeah, not sure why it's not showing up over or showing on display. Because it should show. Yeah, it's for some reason it shows that the that I have this file window pulled up, but I don't. Hey, let me see what happens if I turn the display off and back on. Yeah, there we go. Ah, that's weird. So you know a little bit of Japanese, that's cool. I know very little Japanese. Okay, so it doesn't seem as though Constantine... I might have DirectX window. Let me see if I do that, if I do have that. If I don't, I'll just do something else, but nonetheless, I'm going to keep it at my 2 hours here. Oh, I do have DirectX window. I thought I did. I haven't used this, I haven't played this game in a long time. I don't even use this computer but once a week, so... looks like I'm going to have to add a path for that. So, well, I guess I'll have to maybe not do, Constantine. That's okay. I'll try to find another horror game. See what I can find here. Also, CPU usage is out the wazoo here. Let's turn off that display, controller display. So it looks like these cameras use quite a bit of resource usage. OBS Studio is using close to 20% CPU, 17 to 20% CPU, which is on the higher end. So I don't know if it's because it's dropping now. But like my cameras use like 10 to 15% of the CPU. Well, one of them does. The other one uses maybe 7, 8%. But OBS Studio is using quite a bit, and the Open Joystick program that I was using uses quite a bit as well. That's why I really need to get another CPU, that i5 11400, because I need more overhead. You know, it's just 10th generation it's obsolete. It's old. I can support up to 11th generation on this motherboard, 10th and 11th generation. I really need to get the i5 11400, but yeah, the usage here is at the wazoo, pretty high. Do not like to see high CPU usage. I don't think anybody does, but I mean, if I didn't use all these fucking cameras, it wouldn't be such a big deal, but I like it. It gives for me, it gives me a little unique, you know, it's something unique that I do for, you know, kind of the, what is it? The aesthetic, I suppose you could say. Okay, so let me see if I can find another horror game here real quick. Resident Evil Remake. That's a demo. Looks like it runs in Unity. Resident Evil Remake, remake. Okay, well, I think that one might run in display, so let me see if I can run it. All right, run it in a window. Oh, there we go. Resident Evil Remake. Yeah, I don't know why OBS is running so high on the CPU usage. Like, close to 20% CPU usage is quite a bit. It should be closer to like 7 to 9%, even with streaming. I'm not using the CPU to encode. I'm using the NVIC encoder on the 1660S on the graphics card. So I think it's because of all these cameras. But if I could get the 11400? It'd be a lot nicer balance. So quality is at ultra high. I guess I'll try that. And I guess keyboard and mouse for this. Is it even going to launch? Well, that's it, I guess. Press new game and it doesn't do anything. Well, I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had this work, actually. Well, hey, at least the CPU usage has gone down. But I'm going to force close this. There we go. So the CPU usage has gone down to very manageable levels. That's good. Well, gotta do something here. About 15 minutes, I gotta do something. I prefer it to be a horror game. It is October after all. Let's see, what do I have? I do have Silent Hill. Perhaps Silent Hill 4, maybe? Constantine, I don't know why that wasn't wanting to run. You know, I'm wondering if it increases the CPU usage because it's reading off of the D drive, the hard drive. I don't know if it would, but okay, let me try this. I don't know how this... Does this do full screen? Maybe. Yeah, I think it does. And I can use a controller with this. Or maybe not. Oh man, you gotta love it. You have a certain plan of what you're gonna do, and you're inevitably gonna run into problems. Well, maybe not everybody and not all circumstances, but that's annoying. Okay, this will work. I know that. And what I'll do is I'll do, let's see, where's the app? There it is. Okay. Come on, baby. Okay, this, I can use the mouse and the keyboard or the controller. I'm going to use the controller. This will work. Alright, we'll do this. Yeah, I've thought about lowering the resolution, but if I lower it too much, it's going to look like doo-doo.
I'm
So,
sorry. I
No,
was
it's
just...
okay.
I just need to get a
I didn't mean to
better
scare you.
CPU.
I'm kind of lost.
I mean, an i5 11400 would be perfect. And they're very inexpensive as well.
Lost?
i5 11400, very inexpensive. And that would give me plenty of headroom. I could even put in another 2 cameras if I wanted to. Not that I would, but I just need to upgrade my CPU. Or downgrade the resolution. But if I downgrade the resolution on the cameras, I just think it's going to look like crap, you know? That's why I like to keep it at a high resolution. But yes, it is essentially that. Either lower the resolution on the cameras or get a new CPU. And like I said, I really want to just get a new CPU. I've been thinking about getting a new CPU for several months now, probably close to a year. The i5 11400. That's an 11th generation i5, so it's old, but it'll give me plenty of headroom for what I need to do. Because I don't play the latest and greatest games, you know. So for what I do, it would be fine. If I play the latest and greatest games, I usually remote play the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox. Because the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox, they still get the latest and greatest. They're starting to stop that, though. The latest and greatest are starting to go onto the newest Xbox and PlayStation 5. But they still do come onto the older generation. But majority of what I do is retro, I would say. Older games. Okay, let me do Maria's story, I suppose. Do that on hard.
When I woke up, I was all alone. Everyone's gone. Is it because of those monsters?
Hope you're having a good night, man. Reaver.
What do I do now?
It isn't that high? You don't think so? I think it's high as hell. Unless the temps are
Do I
picking...
fight?
Yeah, well, my temps are very low, so...
And live.
Surprisingly, this case has pretty good ventilation, and
Those
my
monsters get me.
fans that I have keep it pretty cool.
I don't have any reason to go on living. But I'm scared to die. I'm so afraid of pain. Should I run away? I want to find somebody. I don't like being alone. But is there anyone left alive?
Love the music. Trying to figure out. There we go. Yeah, so this is the enhanced edition, and gosh darn it, does it look pretty freaking good. So I'm excited for the re-release. Well, it's not really a re-release. I'd say it's more of a reboot. I don't like the way that James looks. And also, on Halloween, what is it? Silent Hill Ascension, I think it's called? It's kind of like a chat-based game, I guess. It's like on mobile or something. But the chat will determine the outcome. So that's kind of neat. I wished it were next Friday, because I don't stream on the weekdays, but Halloween happens to fall on a weekday this year. But what I was planning to do is, if it were on Friday, what I was going to do is I was going to mirror my phone to the computer, which I've done before in the past. You know, show my phone on the stream, and I was going to do the Silent Hill Ascension that way. But I think that it's a one-time shot, essentially, because it's a live event, so the chat is gonna, whatever the ending is gonna be. And so I'll have to end up watching that on YouTube to see what it is. It's a neat idea, and apparently it somehow ties into the new Silent Hill games and all that. Like, there's a few different Silent Hill games. But anyways, this one is Silent Hill 2, but it's enhanced. But it's really the go-to. You know what I mean? It is, in my opinion. I mean, it's better than the release on the Xbox 360. What was it called? HD edition, I think. I really like Silent Hill 2, but it's very depressing. So oh shit. I was hoping to get away from that enemy before they struck me. So every time I've played this, I've done really good. I've got a really good time. It's not very convoluted with her playthrough. Yeah, you don't have a map, but let me get into your inventory. There you go. But all of the items and everything are quite highly detailed. The environments, of course. It's a very good version of the game. Oh, I don't actually know if she needed that. Oh well, that's okay. Anyways, man, I hope you're having a good night. I was kind of focused on the horror games tonight. So, I mean, it is October after all. Halloween event in Guild Wars 2. Oh, okay. Cool. What's that about? So in the fireplace there, it says, do not use. I, can't really remember what Guild Wars is about. Is it a real-time strategy game?
Is somebody there? Open up. Hello?
Stop it. You're disturbing me.
Thank God. I finally found somebody. Can you open the door?
No.
But why?
Is it really necessary for me to answer all your tedious questions?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I want to be alone.
Multiplayer RPG? Oh, okay.
I just want to see another human face. Do you know what's
So,
happening in this
what's
town?
the Halloween event? You could, like,
No one
extra supplies or something, or...
Yes, I know. But so what? It has nothing to do with me. No one here means there's no one to disturb me.
You want to be alone in this insane asylum?
Yes, exactly. But how can you say that it's this town that's insane? Perhaps
Very
it's
nice
we who are
reflections in
insane.
this enhanced edition. Like on her
Both
skirt.
of us. Hopelessly insane. Are you satisfied? Would you leave me alone?
My name is Maria. What's your name?
Ernest.
Hemingway?
Baldwin.
Ernest? I'll be back.
And you've got stuff starting soon. I can't see all of the chat there. See if I can... There we go. So there's a number of activities really like PvP. So that's player versus player stuff and player versus everyone dungeon. It'll probably take several paragraphs to explain, and I've got stuff starting soon. So player versus person and player versus everyone. Okay. Yeah, man, I don't know very much about MMORPGs and stuff. I haven't played them really a lot, you know. So I know of a few popular ones, you know, but never really did a lot of online play. Still haven't. I'd like to. I would like to play some, you know, different multiplayer. So the reflections on the enemy looks great. Very, very good game. Oh, there's a health drink. So that enemy disappears once you go into the other door there. It's odd. So the whiteboard. So she has to go down into where the fireplace is at. So, Guild Wars. So that sound was the fireplace cover, and then you can hear footsteps running off. So someone dropped this. You can see they made a mess. There's like plant matter on the ground. They knocked over a vase or something. A vase. So this is on hard. So the riddle is going to be hard. And that riddle is how you figure out this puzzle. And I'll be honest with you, I've always looked it up. I'm not very good with riddles. Sometimes, but... Oh, I guess that these placards have a shape on them. I never noticed that before. One is like an ampule or some type of a bottle. One is a chalice, and one is a book. So, that would have something to do with the puzzle, I'm sure. So that's a game result. Oh, it just shows me the game result. So this was on hard. Did 4 saves. Took me 42 minutes to finish. Oh, I think this was Maria's story. Apartment staircase. And this is where he's trying to get the coins to get into the, it's, a chest, I guess? Not a chest. Well, I can tell you, I don't have the mindset right now to go through puzzles and riddles. um, Let me take a little gander at this game you're talking about. Guild Wars? So it looks like there's quite a few of them. Guild Wars factions.
Many generations ago, evil.
So the only option for this is 360p? It's okay.
It rode the wind and skulked in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to strike.
Alright, let me see some gameplay. So Guild Wars 2. Oh, so it's a 3D game. I was thinking it was like a top-down game or something. Hmm.
One day a hero will lead us home, and we will break the dragon's icy grip. I was born in the fire of combat. My spirit has been forged and tempered like steel. Like my ancestors before me, I seek glory. One day, I will take my place among the heroes of the
You know
North.
what? I hope... Okay, there's been no audio going out through that good.
My strength is a gift from...
So, I've had the stream in the background playing through Restream this entire time. That's definitely a load on the CPU. I usually pause that. I forgot to do that tonight, though. The audio is muted on it, but the player has been playing in the background. And that's a load on the CPU. I just paused it, just finally. It's an expansion for the first game, Guild Wars Faction. Okay. So this is Guild Wars 2. Which one do you play? Do you play this regularly? Maybe if you Does this game cost money or is it freeware? I wouldn't mind checking it out next week. I'd jump into a game with you next Friday if you'd like.
The spirit.
So it's kind of like World of Warcraft, basically. Basically, it's World of Warcraft. It looks just like World of Warcraft.
Hurry up, Ido.
So is it freeware? Does it cost money?
Poor kettle keg drainer drinks all the ale.
Alright, I got about
Hail,
25 minutes
I'm
here.
the local leather worker. Ido's the name. Show me your kills, and I'll make them into trophies you'll be proud to show at the moot. Drinking, singing, and boasting. I love a good old-fashioned moot. Others save their parties for holidays, but I say every day alive's worth celebrating. Hey, Newt, look at this impressive trophy. Worthy of the great hunt, I'd say.
Indeed. You are skilled enough to defeat your prey, and wise enough to revere their spirits. You are worthy to join in this year's great hunt. By my own hand, I've brought the mighty worm Isormir. He waits above in the plateau for one such as you to challenge him.
Alright, let me look on Steam real quick. I'm not going to get it tonight or anything, but I just want to see if it's on Steam. So, Guild Wars. Oh, it's free. That's what I was wondering. Oh, and then there's an expansion for $30, $25. Another one for 30, another one for 30. Or you can get the complete collection for $100. Holy crap. But the base game is free. Free to play. So it's basically World of Warcraft. That's what it looks like. World of Warcraft. With some restrictions. So, let's say that I got this and play it next Friday. Freeware. So next Friday, I'm hoping to do the podcast with Manic. I mentioned that in the Discord earlier. And the reason I did is because Manic and I have been talking about it for like 3 weeks now. Maybe even a month. And we were planning on doing it last week, and then we were planning on doing it tonight. And it just keeps on getting delayed because of our time differences. So that's why I figured, all right, I'll mention it and say, hey, you know, this is what we're planning. But hopefully next Friday, we should have the time and our schedule should line up to do it. But other than doing podcasts with Manic, I mean, I wouldn't mind playing a little bit of multi. I mean, I don't want to impose or anything, but I mean, I don't know how it works or nothing. I guess we would just find each other in the game world or something, or oh, Succubus is another one I need to do for Halloween. Well, I can't do Halloween because that's a weekday. Um, Postal 2, that's another one I'd like to play again. Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 6, Return to Castle Wolfenstein, that's an amazing game. I first played Return to Castle Wolfenstein on the original Xbox. Silent Hill Homecoming, which is not that great of a game, to be honest. It's just, it's not. What the fuck is this? What? This never happens in the game, by the way. Oh, that's Eileen. That's Eileen. His neighbor. Oh, that's funny. She just puts on her heels and comes over to his apartment. That's funny. Um, so Guild Wars 2. Free to play. How, what's the size of it? $70 gigs. It has an in-game friends list, and then we can party up. Oh, okay. Easiest way is just to add each other on friends list. Okay. And then we can party up. Okay. So it says 70 gigs. Would you say that it is 70 gigs? Because when it says available space, it sometimes isn't that much space. But here it's saying 70 gigs. So I would just add you to the friends list. Okay. So you just kind of go on journeys together and stuff, it seems like. Is that correct? Kind of like World of Warcraft. Oh, that's a cool scene right there. Looks like a boss fight or something. A boss arena. Oh, can you fly? Maybe this character can fly. Oh, they have a wing or something. Yeah, to me it essentially looks like World of Warcraft. So. Well, cool. I'll add this to my reminder list and see about downloading it during the week. I wouldn't mind, dude, I haven't played multiplayer in so long, so. Do you normally play on Friday night, or that's when I would be looking to play? Oh, this one too I'd like to get. But, oh, I guess the space is smaller? It used to be over 100 gigs, now it's 66 gigs. Phantasy Star Online. This is an interesting game as well, Cradle. Yeah, and I still need to figure out the Master Chief Collection. It won't launch for me. I don't know what I did. Last time I was playing it, I like switched the screen, and it corrupted the whole game. It won't even launch nowadays. So that's why I deleted it. I'm gonna have to reinstall it because I've been wanting to play Halo 2. So I'll have to figure that out. But anyways, I mean, Guild Wars, it's free to play, so why not grab it, you know? The only concern to me is the download size. That's my only concern. 70 gigs, I mean, guess I could put it on my hard drive. My hard drive is a terabyte. But it's a mechanical hard drive, you know, old school 7200 RPM hard drive. My SSD is 256 gigs. I was thinking about getting an M2 NVMe or whatever, because I have space for it on this motherboard. All I have to do is just plug it in, and then I was going to use a cloning software to clone my operating system and all of my data to that NVMe, and then keep a backup of it on the SSD. Because the NVMe is it's a lot cheaper nowadays, and that would give me more space. You can get like a terabyte NVMe for like $50 on Amazon. It may not be name brand, but you know, I don't really see the difference. Maybe the way they manufacture it, I don't know, the parts or whatever. It's just flash memory, so there's not really any parts involved with it. You play almost every day? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll look into getting this over the week, and I mean, I'd probably only play for like an hour or so with you, but that'd be fun. All right, I got about 13 minutes here. But what I would think is like next Friday. So like the first thing I would do is do the podcast with Manic, and then after play some Guild War. That'd be pretty fun. Do you use a microphone or to like talk, or do you just type or whatever? Either way, it'd work fine. Probably be best to chat, you know, quicker that way. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I don't even think I've even played this. Yeah, good old Star Wars. Mafia. I've really been wanting to play this one. I have played it before. Oh, it looks like I have it installed too. What the hell is this? Created by somebody. I don't understand this joke. Whatever it is, reverse, that's not a good area, I guess. Yeah, I only play games on Friday night, so hey, there we go. This guy's shirt. Oh man, the internet. Yeah, so it looks like I have some Grand Theft Autos as well. Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 4. Oh, I have that installed as well, looks like. Yeah, apparently a lot of people prefer Grand Theft Auto 4 over 5. But anyways, it's nice to know that this is free because that's what I was wondering. So, it says it has restrictions though. Can I add it to my library? There we go. Has been added to your account and is now available in your library. Yes. I won't download it tonight, but where did it put it? Guild Wars. There it is. Okay, so I'll favorite that. So I'll add it into my list. Or my favorites there. Okay, so I will install that over the week. Hey man, that'd be fun. You just type, okay, that's fine. I was wondering, but that'd be fine. You wouldn't mind if I shared it, would you? Freeware. Alright, I got about 9 minutes left. I've been keeping it at 2 hours lately, so. But what I mean by that is like, because I upload my streams to YouTube after. So you wouldn't mind it if I shared it, would you? I don't think it'd really matter, would it? But, oh my god, look at the size. 66.66 gigs. 6666. Oh, that's kind of a scary number there, huh? I wonder if they did that on purpose. Like, yeah, take that file out, modify that file. Let's get the size to exactly 66.66 gigs. Oh, man. Well, I think that'd be fun. Alright, I'm going to wind it out here. Got about 8 minutes, so we'll wind it out for a second. But hey, man, I think that'd be a lot of fun. So I'll have to add you, I guess, when I download it. I guess that's how I'll have to do it. Or can I add you on Steam beforehand? And then it'd be easier that way. I don't know. It's still in game, it's separate, okay. Well, if you want to send me your friend list, maybe on Discord, I guess, freeware, so that you don't... Oh, I can't remember. Oh, I can't remember what I was asking. I think that is what I was asking. Oh! I was asking, would it be okay if I share, like if we play together within that stream, you know, that I do, if you don't mind if I share it on YouTube. Because I don't keep my videos on Twitch or Kick, you know, I delete them off of there, and I put them on YouTube, so. I was asking you if you would mind if you're on there. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking is it would be fine because I wouldn't see why it wouldn't be, you know what I mean? So, but I just like to ask, you know, to make sure. But what I was saying is, for your Steam name, if you want to just share that to me on Discord, either through direct message or even in the chat, if you in the server, I mean. That way you don't have to type it in the chat, you know. But that's what I'll do. You know, I've got about 5 minutes here. But what I'll do is I'll... so for next Friday, that's the 27th, I think. Yes, it's the 27th. So what I'll do is I'll plan to do the podcast with Manic, which I'm really excited about. He is too. We're both very excited. But we'll do the podcast, Manic and I. We'll do that for an hour. And then an hour of playing Guild Wars if you'd like. I think that'd be a lot of fun, and I think it'd be really cool to play with you. It seems that it's kind of like a World of Warcraft, kind of. But, yeah, that'd be fun. I'd really enjoy it. So I'll download it either tomorrow on Saturday or during the week. Also, like it says, man, I'm just winding out my stream, but if you are needing to get into your party, like on Guild Wars or whatever, I don't want to keep you, man, so, like, I appreciate you hanging, but, if you gotta go, that's fine too, you know, but, I think that'll be a lot of fun, you know, fuck, man, the last multiplayer game I played, I can't even remember. Might have been last year, maybe. So, I might play multiplayer maybe like 2 times a year, maybe 3 times a year. I got a picture of my dog I used to have, my red healer. I was going to share that in the Discord. It's actually in a picture frame. I printed a picture out of him and have it in a frame. This is from like 2011 or 2012. So he's a little puppy, but he's so cute. But I had him until he was about 5 years old. And I had to adopt him out when I moved into my apartment because can't have pets here. And it was so sad, man, but Red Healer, such a good dog, man. I love that dog. But I was looking like at cables and stuff and different things that I have like stored in my closet. And I found a picture of him and I'm like, oh man, it's so cute. So I wanted to share that, but yeah, anyways, a couple of minutes here, and I'm gonna delete this off of Twitch and Kick. I think I'm on Kick tonight as well. And it's kind of how I do it, you know. I use the Twitch and Kick as a streaming site, and then upload the videos to YouTube. But fortunately, it's been doing quite well. I don't know. I mean, 300 to 500 views a video, you know. Sometimes more than that, but it's nothing compared to big YouTubers. But for me, as a very small person, I think it's kind of, it's okay, you know. It's much more than I would get on Twitch, I can tell you that, so. But yes, the i5 11400F, I mean, the CPU's fine now, but... So it looks like this is running at just over 4 gigs. Base speed of 3.6, and it's turboing at 4.07. It's a quad core. But yes, an i5 11400 would give me a lot more overhead, and then I wouldn't have to worry about all of the cameras when I'm doing games and stuff, because it would be perfectly fine. But anyways, Freeware, thanks for coming in, man. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to end. I will post a picture or two in the Discord. But other than that, man, I'll see you next week, and I'm going to download the Guild Wars, so... Have a good night, man. See you later.